Hi guys, and welcome to this weekly update for the week ending the 12th of March 2023. This has been one hell of a week. We'll get straight to it. Deeper Network tweets, nothing major. They're usually the promotional arm, but Eric's had his work cut out for him, that's for sure. Basically, we've had a new bug reporting channel, which is probably in the Discord, and it allows people to report bugs and hopefully get paid for them. You can get paid rewards for finding such bugs and vulnerabilities, and then they can fix them, makes the network better, and that's great. That comes off a issue we had, which I'll go into later on in the video. And Eric Ma, right, he's been really active. He kind of had to be because of what's happened. So Deeper Network app and Deeper Connect Pico Pro development has slowed down due to the launch of Deeper Connect Air on Indiegogo and the app relocator. It'll pick up again once the Air and the app relocation is launched. And that is basically about the app. So the app was due to come out Q1 of this year, and unfortunately, because of the Deeper Connect Air and the app relocator function, efforts have been diverted to that, and it's not going to be Q1. However, I have some big news about that, specifically about the app, which you'll find out later on as well. And how I didn't think of it before is beyond me, but you know, that is the current state of play. It's not been delayed long, so yeah, bear with me on that one. So then we had this chain. So there's 3 messages, and it's basically about there was a false report of a security breach of AtomOS, so devices. Be assured that it's 100% secure. The so-called hacker was able to access his own network device, which he equated to a hack. It just meant he was able to view his own data, nobody else's. And regardless of that, they're taking steps to strengthen AtomOS so it doesn't happen again, and they apologised if it alarmed anybody. Now, the video that I've done regarding this issue is in the description below, so it's 20 minutes long. I suggest you watch it. It goes through everything from the tweets from this guy to what Russell said, what Eric said, and yeah. So if you're reading this for the first time and this is news to you, do not worry, okay? It's fine. Just carry on as you are, and they're going to release new firmware which has a couple of extra things in it. But your devices are safe. The hacker didn't actually provide any concrete proof that he managed to access anybody else's devices. He just kind of got people to fill in the blanks. It was basic FUD, but it was really well done FUD. Maybe the hacker will come back and say, "Oh well, there's the proof." If he does that, then of course I'll listen and I'll have a look, because that'll be really interesting. Eric also tweeted that the DPR token is now on Kraken and Crypto.com's price trackers. Now, for those of you that don't know, when you get onto a price tracker, such as Coinbase's price tracker and Kraken and Crypto.com's price tracker, that's the first step to getting listed. So go a little bit further in the video or just hang around, and I'm going to talk about that as a separate issue. Eric Ma has also shared a photograph of the Connect Air prototype, which they've now got, which means the Indiegogo campaign is probably coming pretty soon. I'm going to get one, well I'm going to get 3. 2 for giveaways and 1 for myself for travelling. So let's get on with the token price. It's not great this week. We've had a lot of stuff going on. I'll talk about what's been going on in the future of this video. Now, with this token price, we have gone down, unfortunately. It was inevitable, and I'll say why. The week we started at 0.01, so we were on a penny. We hovered around about a penny, and the week before that we were pretty much flatlining about a penny. We went down, then back up to 1 penny. We've basically gone down not a lot, so we're now at 0.009, and it is 5 PM today, so we're down 4 ranks, and we're down 0.001 of a dollar. Now, the thing is, we haven't actually dropped that many ranks. Despite the price, we've literally lost 10% of the price. However, we haven't dropped, and that reflects on the entire market itself. So although we've lost 4 places, considering we've lost the value of the coin, we haven't lost that many ranks. other coins have probably tanked and tumbled way below us. So that's a really good sign. And this drop is mainly due to the Silicon Valley Bank thing. So I promised some kind of announcements slash news revelations before, and this is what I'm going to say about the tier 1 exchanges. This is the first one. So we all knew that a tier 1 exchange was on its way. It is coming, and the exchanges we have at the minute, some of them are okay. I mean, Gate.io is really good. We've got some crappy ones, but we all know a tier 1 exchange is on the cards. Now, I've spoken to people, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much I can actually say about this, because when you apply for an exchange, there's really strict criteria on who you can speak to and what information you can put out there. I think it has something to do with insider trading, so people don't get a heads up and then buy loads and then sell when the exchange goes live. However, we have just had the coin tracker activated for Kraken and Crypto.com. Now those are two really good exchanges, and all I can really say, I wish I could say more, I don't know that much about it, but I know a little bit, and this has been in the works for months and months. Deepa have been working behind the scenes to get a tier 1 exchange, and they've had to jump through a few hoops, and they've been criticised for some of the things they've had to do. Again, I can't tell you what those things are, but it all makes sense. When we do get the tier 1 exchange, I'll explain what they had to do to get that tier 1 exchange. It's nothing untoward, and it does make sense, but I'll speak to you about that at the time. That's the first announcement. It's not a big one. Well, it's kind of big, but it's not the biggest, okay? And then we have announcement number 2. So you've seen the collapse of SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. The USDC, they had $3.3 billion worth of liquidity in there apparently that they can't get back, and it caused a bit of a dip. Everybody panicked and sold. Like the whole crypto market just dropped. Bitcoin went down quite a lot, and I got on to Eric Ma and I said, look Eric, I know projects, they put money into stable coins because it protects the money, and it means you can freely use it for whatever you want on chain. And companies go bust when things like stable coins go broke, because all that money just completely disappears. Has Deepa got any liquidity or monetary assets in USDC? Okay, is it safe? And Eric has confirmed that no, Deepa does not have any assets or money tied up in USDC. So do not worry about the whole Silicon Valley banking thing. We did have a dip on our coin, and that will be because people were anticipating a dip, so they sold. And yeah, it didn't crash quite as much as what people thought, and USDC is now back on its way up, and people have made a lot of money. Same with DAI as well. That's also gone back up as well. So that's announcement number 2. It's not a big one. It's just to reassure you that so this whole USDC thing hasn't affected Deepa whatsoever, because they haven't got money tied up in it. And then we move on to announcement 3, and this is the biggest one, I think, especially in the short term. So we all know that the Deepa app was meant to come out in Q1 of this year, so really by the end of this month it was meant to come out. Eric has come out and said, look, you know, we've been busy with the app locator, the relocation thing to get cheaper subscriptions, and the Deepa Connect Air as well. Once that launches on Indiegogo, and we can start moving forwards and we can get the app done. So I spoke to Eric Ma about this, about the app, updated timetables and things like that, and he said, look, the delay is not going to be that long. It's still coming, you know, we've just been kind of bogged down with this. However, he did say something which really made me think this is big, and I haven't heard it before, and I haven't seen anybody else mention anything about it. And it's not as if he let it slip. I think he kind of thought everybody knew. So when you think of a an app like what we're going to get, so a VPN app, but it's a DPN, but say a VPN app, what do you think it has? So you've got NordVPN and ExpressVPN. They don't just have apps on phones. They don't have an Android app and an iPhone app and just those two things. Well, they have desktop apps too. So for Mac and Windows PCs. Did you know that Deepa is actually going to release a Windows app and a Mac OS app to go alongside it? So you now don't need a Deepa device exclusively to access the DPN. If you want the app relocator thing, if you want to mine, if you want the ad blocking and the DEP and the NPOW and all that, then obviously yes, you will need a Mini or a Pico or an Air. However, if you just want the DPN, you can just have the DPN. You can just download the app just like you would from NordVPN or ExpressVPN. You'll get, I believe it's going to be a free amount of traffic which you can use. I don't know how much it's going to be, and then you have to pay for it on like a subscription base, or you can pay using your crypto, so USDT or whatever, and then you can use the app and get on the Deepa network without any hardware whatsoever. And even though the main app, so the iPhone app and the Android app, has been delayed, and we don't know when that's coming, but it's not going to be delayed for long, they said that the desktop app for the Mac and Windows should be out before the end of next month, which is only like a month late, really. Now imagine that you live in a place where the internet is restricted. So you live in China, okay? You can't buy the device, or you might not be able to buy the device, but you want to use the DPN because you want to get on news websites and stuff like that. Well, you can just download the app, pay anonymously using crypto, and use the DPN to access unrestricted stuff, so you can connect to the UK or the US or whatever. But now think of Iran. Now Iran is in the middle of banning all internet. Every external website is banned, and you can't go on it unless you need it for work. However, imagine now that you don't need to smuggle a device in. You can just download the app. You can just get someone with a USB stick that has the actual app on there, install it to your Windows computer, and you now have access to the DPN. It's anonymous, it's crypto paid for, and you can now get onto any Western website or whatever, or external site. That is big, and if that works, if that bypasses, say, the Iranian filters, we're done. I mean, we'll hit our roadmap goals so fast, it'll be unbelievable. That'll be big news. So that was announcement number 3, and I'll leave it there for now. I do know a few more little things, but I'm not allowed to say. Yeah. We'll get on with the final thoughts. Alright, so let's get on with the final thoughts. This week has been full of drama, and it's been exciting. You know, I wasn't asleep on the project, but it was nice to have some kind of life in it. So that this Hackergate thing, the video is in the description below, and it was much ado about nothing. So don't be concerned if this is the first time you've heard of it. Yeah, he just basically hacked his own device, and the only kind of evidence about an external hack was a GIF that he posted. But yeah, I don't see that as proof. The other things are the tier 1 exchanges. Hopefully it's coming soon. I don't think it is, but a tier 1 exchange has been worked on for many months by Deepa, and they are jumping through the hoops to get on there. We've had the Kraken and the Crypto.com tracker, so that's great. Token price, we've had the SBV kind of crash, and Deepa have confirmed that they don't have any USDC in there, so it's fine. USDC is recovered anyway, really, so it's not a big deal. And the app is coming. We didn't know that there was a desktop app, so Windows and Mac, that's coming out, and that's going to be pretty huge too. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's been a really busy week. All the links about like the Deeper Connect Air, how to sign up for the pre-launch thing, the hacker video and stuff like that, it's all going to be in the description below, so check that out. So I appreciate this update. It's a little bit long, but we had a lot to talk about, and thanks for watching, and I will see you on Friday for the next one. Bye guys, thanks a lot.